Leo, am I alive? I'm alive. Yes, I am. Good. Okay. Sort this out. Get my lights on. There we go. Bit of lights. And my iPad has been going off. What's to do? It's weird. I get notifications on my iPad. I've had nothing all day. Then it's the do. Okay, let's look. Yeah, it's fine. There we go. I'm alive, and I'm at the auction. I'm at the auction house today. From my own bedroom. Still, this is what I love about being self-employed. I can literally work in my dressing gown. It's brilliant. All right, I'm just bringing up the thingy. So I'm just watching the auction now. My next one is, let's have a look. Where am I? 600. It's like middle to the end, and I've just won some Laura Ashley wallpaper, 6 rolls of Laura Ashley wallpaper for 12 quid, which I'm kind of pleased about because there's a couple in there that are really good, and they're new and sealed and everything. Yeah, so I've got a while until my next one, so I can have a chin wag. Oh, hello, Shelster. How are you? Yeah, I went to the carboot this morning. Hello. Yeah, you don't come and see me all day. Sorry, my dog's there. You don't come and see me all morning, and then as soon as I go live, you're here. Yeah. Yeah, I went to the carboot this morning, and it was a complete washout, absolute washout. So I decided, right, I'll go to the little one. There's like a little market, Sunday market. I went there, there was nothing. So I just came back. I got back into bed. That was about 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I went back into bed, and then I woke up with a start. I went, oh, hang on, there's an auction. And I put loads of auto bids on last night. Anyway, I know, yeah, it is unusual because they're usually on a Thursday and a Friday. What they've started doing since the vid, they've started putting them, like splitting them up to, in their like thing. So we have like a furniture auction on a Wednesday, and then a general tat auction, or they have like an antiques auction, then like a tat version, But this one I've never heard of this one, but it is like only 10 minutes away from me, which is great. Oh, I've just seen something that, oh no, that's too much. Yeah, so I'm quite impressed. And I went through their things and I was like, oh, that's all right. And it got to about, I put the amount of auto bids that I put on, it was something like 20. And I was like, oh, right, okay, so they've got some decent stuff. How are you anyway? Okay, enjoying your weekend? A thrift plus order. But did you go to the Chaz's? It's weird. I find that there's a YMCA near me, and that's open every Sunday. And there's like an air ambulance place that was never open on a Sunday, but it started opening up on a Sunday. So I'm like, oh, online is like Facebook Marketplace thing. Although you can start getting stuff. Loads of people get stuff off Vinted to flip on eBay, which is, I get it and I understand it, and I would try and do it, but I don't have the patience going through everything. I'm just so lazy. I'd just rather go to the charity shop. I went into Manchester yesterday. Well, South Manchester. I hit a couple of towns, and one of them was, it's not the best in terms of reputations. It's pretty rough. And then the other one is Handforth, which is, do you remember that thing that went viral? Was it last year about the what was it? Who's that woman? The council. They're all arguing, and she's like, "No one kicking you out. No one kicking you." That one. That's the council that run this place, and there's like 3 or 4 little charity shops, and some of them are really good, really good. Just had a rhubarb and cranberry ginger without cleaner. Oh well. It's 1 o'clock. It's after midday. You know what I mean? I would put some Baileys in this, but I've run out. Do you know that I didn't last long? I got it on New Year, like the day before New Year's Eve, because I had to rebuy a bottle because me and my dad hid it all over Christmas, and then he's already gone. It's really bad that. Ooh. How have your sales been? Been all right. Mine have been good. Do you know what I realised that I did? I put on, for Christmas, instead of turning off my shop completely, or turning off all my listings and everything, and putting it on holiday mode, I uh, I put I extended the dispatch date, so I put it at 10 days because I thought that'll take me over Christmas and well into New Year. So I did, and I completely forgot they were still on. Like only this morning, and I went, "Oh, I'll put them on." So I started, doing it all, and it hasn't affected my sales that negatively. Been hitting my target. I think I've been short of, because my target's usually between 100 and 150 a day, and I've got quite a few 50 to 80 pound days after Christmas, so I kind of built that in. I thought that's usually what happens, but this past week has been kind of it's been pretty good. It's been okay, and I'm like, oh, I thought it would be down, and I didn't realize I still had the dispatch date, so it's not hurting my sales. I have a thing for alcohol chocolate as well. Yeah, what are they called? Look, like liqueur, those liqueur ones. Do you know? I went on because I saw a sale for Liberty in London, the ridiculous thing, and I thought I'll just have a browse and everything. And then I thought, oh, I wonder what Fortnum Masons to do. So I went on Fortnum Masons. There's loads of chocolates and biscuity stuff that's reduced. So I was like, oh, I'll have a look at that. So I did, and they had some liqueurs there, and I was like, oh, should I? So it's been really, really easy. But oh, good. I'm glad, because there's a lot of people who were over Christmas, it's been not like the year before, and it hasn't, has it? It's been a bit kind of weird. Mine have been up and down. The peaks have been really high, and then the troughs have been next to nothing. But I think I was hitting, so most days around Christmas I was hitting my target or part-time hours. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with that. I'm just let me just check the auction again. Oh, I'm still a few off. That's okay. There's some bits on here. I got out. Oh, do you know? I said it. I've just done a little clip thing because I'm doing a video. I'm going to edit a video later and put it up. And it's about me. I said one of the tips is don't get carried away. And I was there I want to win. It's clicking on the bid button. Yeah, I end up overspending £5 on something. I was like, oh. I mean, I'll get money back off it, but yeah, I'll get my money, but it's just oh. I was expecting January to be hideous, and I've changed what I sell. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've changed because you were in jewelry, weren't you? And then you kind of doing other bits as well. Are you thinking of going spreading out, doing? Are you thinking of doing more clothing again? Because you were a bit you went away from clothing, and you've been going back. I think that's a good thing, to be honest. Switching between things. I sell everything. I don't have a specific thing. I do kind of prioritize certain things, but I do kind of try and follow trends. Like you say, oh, I see someone else buy something, so when I see it, I'm like, oh, I'll buy that. But yeah, I've realized it's the weirdest thing when you've sales. I've got a sales bag there, and I've picked up is it Capri lamp or something? It's a little shell lampshade, along with a graphic novel and a Desigual top and a mug for Harry Potter. I like the variety. Fucking love it. Yeah, they do good stuff. Do you know their cheeses are immense? Me and my mum, when we went to London, we went to 2 Fortnum Mason stores. We went to the one in the centre of London, the Piccadilly one, and then we went into the airport one. Oh my god, I could have spent a fortune. I'm doing fabric clothing on a platform I can't talk. The platform you talk about. Oh, I think what? Have I missed something? I'm not fully awake, you know. I've kind of like I've got a coffee and everything, and I've been like sat in bed like throwing things up, but I'm not awake. What's the platform? Is it Etsy? Because I know you're selling some bits on Etsy. Share the post. With a window display, it's amazing. That's how I didn't go this year. They're all right. You know which ones were they had like a really nice little arch. Oh, sorry, that's me doing that. The Harrods shop front. I've never seen anything like it. They did like the whole front in like a gingerbread house theme. It was insane. It really was insane. I was like, this isn't real. Like, you don't get this in anywhere. I mean, I know it's London, but like, oh my god. I mean, it was Christian Dior, and he's got this like nautical theme, and it's all like some of the the bags that they do. What's it? They've got like a nautical theme, and they're in the window. But like it was beautiful. Me and my mum were just like gobsmacked because we never see anything like that in Manchester. They do have like windows displays, and some of them are quite nice and everything, but they're nothing like London. London's like on steroids. It's crazy. Everybody needs to go to London at least once just to see, you know, like on Oxford Street, like or the Harrods area. It's like Knightsbridge. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Although do you know what I'm tempted about doing? Is because I was meant to go to the theatre. It was just meant to be me. And I thought I'd go down for the day, watch this show that I want to watch, and then come back. And then my mum was like, "Oh, let's all go." I was like, "Okay, fair enough. I don't mind doing that." The free lights and windows, yeah. I just need to check my thing. I keep keeping an eye on things. Oh, there's a Laurel and Hardy statue going. 20 quid, bloody hell. Yeah, I've got a couple of things like there's some Laura Ashley bits and pieces and fabric, which I saw, and I've won one out of possible. I think it's 5. Or is there another one still going? Yeah, there's another one still going, but yeah, I've won 1 out of 5, and then there's a couple of pottery bits, and something that a niche that I want to try and get into is boxed mixed electricals. Oh, sorry, so mixed electricals, if you know what I mean, like but small. If you, yeah, because I used to do quite a lot of them, like buy a big box full of them, and then kind of pick and choose and try and fix them and stuff. But yeah, I used to do all right on them, but they're just too time consuming. I've got other things to do, like stay in bed and do nothing. Let's see what's he on now. £2 all that glassware. Oh, there's loads of glassware. I can't buy glassware anymore. I can buy it at the shops if I kind of see it, but I can't put no profit. Yeah, there are, and I see people on Insta and everything, and they're all like, "Oh, look at this!" You know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh, I can see that." I think it was George Rossi goes into like cash converters and stuff like that, doesn't he? And so I've tried going into my local cash converters, but they know what they've got, and they know they're not. I know they're not going to sell it. I think you've just got to be kind of in the right place at the right time. But the thing is, like car boots, unless you've got like a little power lead, you know, to check, it's a bit of a gamble when it comes to electricals. I'm hoping the car boots will start up properly next week, because it's gone really nice now. I'm looking outside, it's gone really nice, but it was absolutely pelting it down. And there was like at this market near me, like this car beauty market, there is like an overhang, so that all the little stalls were along there. But there was only about 4 or 5. There wasn't a lot, and it was all like the usual crowd, you know, selling the wares. I'd love to be able to check watches. Yeah, I see that minute. Oh, speaking of which, I found a watch. Oh, where did I put it? Oh God, is it? See, this is my problem. I put stuff down, and I found a Swatch, like a proper like 80s Swatch style watch. and it works and everything. It completely works. He was like, look, this is at like the car boot, not the car boot, at the charity shop, and he got it out of the cabinet for me, and I was like, look, it does work. And I was like, I believe you. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Put it on the side there, and because I was thinking of keeping it. Look at that. That cost £1. And I was like, I thought it was going to be like a tenner because it was in the cabinet. Because usually they put the nice stuff like in the cabinet. So I was like, oh, can I see that? And he was like, yeah, it's just a plastic watch. And I think he thought it was one of those ones that you get out of like the fair grabber things, but it's not. It's a swatch. It's so good. Oh, it is work. Yeah, it does work. It's a bit fast though, but it's lush. And I've tried it on, and it literally just fits. If I forget that I've got blood running through my right hand and it cuts off my blood circulation, it can fit on the very last one. It's so good. But yeah, I was quite impressed with that. I think it's got 1991 in it, the bottom, 1991. So I'm chuffed with that one. It's pissing it down here, no, but it's too late. But yeah, there's a big one near Manchester, and that's not on until spring, and it's like a really good one. So I have to kind of be a little bit more creative. The one closest to me, that's a cute one. It's like there's only like 20 odd stores, but there's a bigger one down in Stoke. So yeah, I'll have to go to that one. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not buying any mirrors at the auction today. I remember watching your video when you bought, was it like 3 mirrors? You went in and you said, I'm not going to buy any mirrors. And then you went and bought like 3. Oh, I've got, what's that he's selling?
You've got to get 26 down. The 24.
Hobby and crafts.
26. 26 down.
Oh,
we all
that's pretty cool.
26 then, isn't it? 26
I can't do the screen share thing. Yeah, I'll just mute him for now. There we go. Oh, yeah. So I've I've got a few bits, and other what's it? I got a load of I went into there was a cute little old lady charity shop. I've got some drama about a charity shop. I couldn't believe it. This one, it's a place called Heel Green. It's like in South Manchester, and yeah, there was a Mind charity shop, and there was I don't know if she was a shop assistant or if she was a manager, but I don't want to spread negativity out there, but there was she was on a bit of a power trip, and she was very rude to 2 customers who I think might complain because they were having a bit of an argument about a return. She was like, I would never sell that in my shop. And the one was like, I've literally got the receipt. It was served by someone called Jane. And she was like, well, I'm Jane. I would never have sold you that. It's disgusting. It's been used. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, well, she said, well, I'm going to make a complaint. And she was like, oh, okay. But I went to this place called Heel Green as well. And there's like a little old lady charity shop. I got these little toys from Bing and Ben and Holly, which they're cute. So I was just like photographing them before I went on. And I've also got these Pyrex. I've got 4 of them, which are adorable. Which I'll put on. And I got this Star Wars glass thing. I put that on Insta. Star Wars mug. That was 10p. I could not leave that behind. I'm such a geek. I'm going to change this to but I mean, I know I should have gone into 4 figures before. Oh, have you? Oh, that would have been a good video. I'm not going to lie. That would have been a great video. Yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it? And then, like, literally, I did a video. I did like a little clip of the video saying I won't buy too much, and I ended up going a bit doolally. The last time I did an auction, I got some Harry Potter stuff, and I put it on one of my Vlogmas episodes, and it was this Harry Potter train set, and I really wanted to win it, and I just to see if it works, to play with it, really. But I paid £60 altogether, and it did. Thank God, it did ended up selling really quickly. Straight after Christmas, it sold for, I think it was like 130 odd, 140 odd. Yeah, just look it up. Yeah, the order I got 4, and they were 50p each. However, she did a load of games. I got a load of games, and I basically said like, "Oh, how much for your games?" I went like that. I went, "How much for your games?" She was like, "I'll do you them for 150," and I was like, "Oh, each?" And she went, "No, for the lot." I was like, "Okay." So I put everything together, and I got a shirt as well. And she said, "Oh, the shirt's half price." I think it was like 350 or something like that. So altogether, it should have been about £6. And she went, £3, please. And I went, £3? And she went, "Yeah, I've done it for half price." And I think she did everything for half price. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Thank you." And I paid and left. I felt it's like I do feel a bit guilty afterwards though. I'm always like, "Oh, should I have said no? I'll give some money." I do put like well, we do buy in charity shops and everything, so that's donating kind of. But I do also kind of put change in and stuff and do that, so I shouldn't really feel too guilty. Oh, what's that? Those silverback. Oh, it's those horrible like beetroot jars with the faces on them. They scare me.
You're out now. You're out of 14.
There's like 10 of them.
16 on Bitsford. 18 if you're coming back in his hard auction. The bids are 16 then. We sell 16 then. All done at page 16.
See, I know the face ones, when you get the set, they are actually worth quite a lot. But kind of give me the heebie-jeebies.
6. That's what it says. 6. 4, let's
What's
go.
That, a meat slicer?
Well, at 4, don't want to get enough.
No. So paid and legged it. Yeah, it was like bye. We also get some by Holy Jumper Stains. So all leaves. Well, that's true. I mean, I went to Maxfield the other day, and the Sue Rider in Maxfield, I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship. It used to be a £3 shop where everything was £3. Men's clothing, women's clothing, all of it, and all the toys and everything was in the. They have like 2 separate shops for stuff. Anyway, so I used to get stuff from there, fine, no problem. Then I started noticing I was buying stuff, and then at home I was checking it, and I was like, "Hang on!" And there's either like really definitive stains, or there's like a hole. To be fair, I should have just like you should check in the shop. It's not their fault. Although there's some stuff where you think that is obvious. Why didn't I see it? But I've been very kind of like careful, I think is the word. I've been very like careful about what I buy from there, and now it's changed. It's gone from I got a Gant shirt here, and I got it for £4. There they wanted £6.75, and I was like, it's still a bit, and it wasn't the best, and it had like marks on the collar and stuff. I was like, yeah, they just, I think they're just like throwing everything out now, and I think charity shops are going to change. I think they're going to go a lot even more overpriced than they actually are. They did the lights deliberately. Do you know? I wouldn't put it past them. There's I like there's a cat charity, like a little local cat charity in one of the towns near me, and literally they must be working with lamplight, because I'm like that with my phone, like with the light on, like looking, it's like what. But yeah, I think that's mainly due to like the cost of electricity. Let's have a look. Where are we? They're making their way. Oh, they've got some creepy dolls. Let's see how much they go for.
Who's got 5 on these? Bid me 5. We're going to be on
Box porcelain dolls.
5 is bid on each side auction at 5. The bids at 5.
Yeah, dolls are another thing. Like the porcelain dolls, they creep me out.
2, 0, 2, 5, 5,
Unless they can get them for like dirt cheap, and I mean dirt cheap. Then.
6 on 4 at 6. At 6 now. I will take 4. Bid 4.
Oh, Claude Monet paintings.
Bid 4.
Prints.
£2 I will go then. Bid 2. Quick now, £2. Oh, we all done it 2. No, we move on.
Oh, there's Nintendo Wii. Let's see what this goes for. And it's boxed, and it's got all the bits.
And the game's 12. 6 to bid, the business £6. Got to be in line.
Wow. It's untested though.
10. 8 and 10. Asking 12. The bid to 10. Can we get 12? At 10. Done. Done for 10. We sell 10, 12, 14 is bid. Asking 16 now. The bid to 14. Bid me 16 on this one. At 14 then. All done. 16. On the video. You've got to go 18 now. The bids are 16 on the bidder. Are you back in at 18 or not?
You see,
I sold 16
it's getting that too expensive. That even boxed. I think the Nintendo Wii craze has kind of gone since lockdown ended. Let's mute that. I've got how many bids have I got left? Oh, I've got a couple left until. Let's see. Hi Nina, how are you? We're just. I'm just monitoring the auctions because I've got a few auctions on. There we go. So I had to close my door. There's too much noise going on. Let's have a look. Where are we? Cream faux leather footstool. Oh, that's cute.
577. I'm sorry, but that was after the hammer. 577. Vintage wooden frame princess.
I can't do like the screen share. I haven't got OBS.
At 6. Who's got 4? The frame prince here at 4. 4 is bid. Here at £4. I will take 6 now. There was the 4. All done. All at £4. 155. £4. We move on. 578 is the antique.
Some Wedgwood coming up.
That's one. The seal there. 5, 6 bid.
Put that on mute. Yeah, our house, it's kind of like when it comes to biscuits, they're like gold dust. You have to hide them. But yeah, someone will always like sniff them out. Rich tea. You can guarantee for some reason rich tea will always be in a biscuit barrel, the leftovers. Oh, some toys.
6 now. Bid 6. 4, let's go. Bid 4. Coming at 4. Bid the 4 on this. At 2 then. Who's at 2? Let's get 2. Here's the bid for 2. 2 is bid. 4 is bid. I'm asking 6 now. The bid at 4. Can we get 6 on this one? At 4. Don't hit the 4. 2, 1, 1.
The white
£4.
chocolate. Yeah. They're my favourites. I always get a pack off my friend. My friend always sends me a pack. And then I end up buying a pack. Although, do you know what I saw somebody get? I've been really into those frosted fancies. They're like vanilla-y white. I don't think they're white chocolate, but I think they're like vanilla. And they're like Christmassy kind of. And they always release them at Christmas, and then they always reduce them to something stupid. Like someone on Instagram got them, I think they were like 20p for a pack of 6. And like normal French fancies, Mr. Kipling French fancies, like £2.25. I'm like, oh my God. But I couldn't find any reduced this year. I've found that there's a lot of Christmas stuff which hasn't been reduced, and like they're waiting until literally the last second just to say like, oh, here, it's half price. It's like, well, you should have done half price literally on Boxing Day. Yeah, you gotta be these days. Get those bargains. Although, have you seen those? Was it someone who put up on Insta Reels the picture, the footage of they've got those barriers now to corner people off. I'm like, oh my God, I just can't. It gets to a point where you think it's not actually worth it to save 10p off something. Unless it's ridiculous, unless they reduce it, because the thing is now, not charity shops, like supermarkets, they stagger it, don't they, throughout the day? And then I've heard somewhere, someone said something like Asda, you've got to go to Asda at like 8 o'clock or 8:05, and then that's when they put out a load, because they reduce things. They take it all into the back, reduce it, and then put it all out like in one big bulk. I remember when I used to work for Asda, they used to close at like 10 o'clock, and at like 8:45, they used to put all the bread to like, you know, like the baguettes and stuff. They put them down to like 2p, 5p, stuff like that. It was brilliant. And then whatever didn't sell, you can just be able to take. which is great. Do you know, I can't find those Christmas tree crumpets anymore. They were from Morrison's, and I got them reduced as well. But yeah, they were just so nice. They were so lovely. I love this is how like Christmas may be over. No. I got these for 10p each with the same place at the little Star Wars thing. They were in a box outside with a 10p thing. I've got them, and I've got that, and I've taken down. I'm taking down my little grotto. But I found these, so they're going up for next year. I'm wrapping them and putting them up for next year. Oh, I don't want them to fall. Put them on a box. Oh. There we go. Very precariously. Let's say eating out of my freezer. Oh, you need, yeah. We've got bagged up stuff ready to go because we thought January is just going to be none of this vegan January stuff or like diet stuff. We're just going to kind of eat what we've got leftovers, be creative, get rid. I'm lethal with custard creams, don't them imitate. The trouble is with custard creams, you're just there like that, aren't you? You can be there like that, and then lo and behold, a whole pack can go, or half a pack can go. I'm like, oh my God. Those are the fancies, yeah. So,
10. Oh, I've done a 10. 2,
oh
1,
no,
0,
that's
5,
fine.
10.
Yeah, there was some Lego, and you know how I feel about Lego. I hate it. However, it depended on how cheap this Lego. That's good. It was like a Minecraft Lego, like based on the video game, and on eBay it goes for about 15, 16 quid, and they sold it for a tenner. So it's somebody who obviously wants to play it, which is fine, I guess.
Is bid, can we get 10? 8 now, asking 10. Go to 10, add 8 then. All done for £8.
What is that? You worked at Morrison's?
2084, £8.
That's what I've worked at Sainsbury's and I've worked at Asda. I haven't worked at Tesco and I haven't worked at Morrison's, like through my like college years and uni years.
Try and we go 40 now. Out of all action done.
See, that's a good. Always flying through these now. Oh no, I've still got a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's a good trick to do, is to leave the biscuits in the what's it to see how much you really want it by going back and forth. What's it? So you are burning calories walking through, but is a technique. In the Little Woods Calf, did you? Is that there's the old Littlewood Centre near Manchester, and it's huge, it's sprawling, and I think they're turning it into. I think they might be turning it into a film studio. Did you used to get any good like deals? Because obviously, like Littlewood's its catalogue company, but like, was it like the factory in the back where they packaged goods and stuff? Let me think.
As the 12 chairs, 10 pound for those. At 10 now. Who's got 10? Bit 10. I'll go a 5. Good chairs there. 5 is bid. The 5. Can we get 6 here?
What's bid? 6.13.
5 is a bit of 5. All out. All done a 5. 155. £5 move on. What number? 595 is the matchboxes.
Do you know these auction houses must be raking it in? Because they take 25 or 20%, I think, off the buyer, and then like 20 to 25% off the seller. It's like, crikey.
£2 and 2105 £2. Moved on, toolbox and tools there. £4 flat.
And then you've got other fees on top of that.
£2, let's go. Bit 2.
If something doesn't sell, then you've got holding fees. So if it doesn't sell, the they add a certain holding fee, and depending if you don't pick it up, they'll add another fee on top, and then you've got your packaging fees, which is usually double your normal amount. It's incredible, really. Don't blame them; they've got to make money somehow. But come on now. Some new info. Fried eggs. Oh, it's amazing what you remember. You know, when you were like, you know, when you were younger, and some of the jobs that you had. The first one was like paper round stuff like that. I used to love just like put my headphones on, and just the post was great. And I worked. Do you know that I worked in a washer upper in a kitchen in an Italian restaurant? Oh my god. Even now, I'm just like, I'm adverse to washing up. I'm just like, no, can't do it. Sonny Moore, come on, checkouts. I used to be on checkouts at Asda. It's a good kind of like, you can have a right good old giggle on him. It depends on what your manager's like, and if your manager's like, no. Otherwise, you can have a good old chinwag. Yeah, it's just like, can't we just get? It's 2022. I've watched Fantasia. We need a spell to just, yeah, clean yourself. It's not right. Is that why? I've had a friend, and he was so lazy. This is going through uni, and he used to buy paper plates. I'm not kidding. Paper plates and plastic forks in bulk. I think he spent like a tenner a month or something like that, or £5 a month, something stupid like that. And he used to get these paper, and he just used to pop it, throw it in the bin. Honest to God, he was so lazy. He couldn't be bothered. And he had mugs and stuff, and he had cups, like glasses and everything. But when it came to paper plates, he just said, why? I was like, well, what about the environment? And he was just like, okay, fair enough. You love your dishwasher. Yeah, it's funny how you grow to attach to think. I love my Hoover. I had one of those handheld Hoovers. And I was like, oh, it's all right, Hoover fiend. I was like, because I had laminate flooring in my old place. It was like, oh, it's you can see the dust kind of like, it's like, no, handheld Hoovers, easy. I'm a Henry. Oh, yeah. Henry's a classic, though. Speaking of reselling and Henry's, have you seen? So I saw someone put up like a Henrietta plush. Didn't know how they go for so much. So I'm on the lookout for those little plushes now. Although I did see a Henrietta, like like the toys, and they're a bit hit and miss. I think it was called a Dirt Devil. It was like all I can think of, like, do you know? I think it was it? Do you know, like in Casper, when she's got those handheld and it's got like those big chunky batteries? I remember those, spending a fortune. It's a right battery guzzler. Let's have a look. Where are we? A bike lift. A flight coverall. Oh, we've got some basic figures coming up. I'm addicted. I like to think that, I can do the figurines and the breakables, but I don't know. I'm okay with cutlery and pottery and all that. Like you wrap it up and you're right, but the figures, they're so intricate and they're so delicate. I'm just like pulling around all these like boxes. I'm scared I might break it.
There's the green woodpecker there, 22 is bid. We're in at £22. Can I go 24 on this lot?
Oh, I've got one coming up. My one's coming up next. It's basically, I've already got some, and they've been great little sellers, and they sell all around the world. They're like Sadler teapots, little green teapots, like you used to get in like a cafe, and they're not very popular.
The green teapots have 4 is bid. Those teapots have 4, 6, 8 is bid. Let's go 10, 10, Bid me 12 now. The bid's at 10. Can we get 12? On the bid, go the 12. 12. Asking 14 now. 14. On the bid, go again. The bid's at 14.
It's my last
16,
bid.
18.
£18.
The bid's at 18. Take the 20 now. The bid's at 18. Oh,
No, I'll have to pay £25 for it altogether, and it's
then. All done.
there's 5, but
2089. Okay, we've got 6 of them there. Straight in.
some little bowls, saddler bowls.
The balls actually, not teapots there. 4 is bid, 4, 6 bid, 8 is bid. Can we go 10? 10.
Bye, bye.
On a minute. There's 6 here. 10 now. The bid's at 10.
Oh, it's
Infinite 12. Asking 14. 14.
No, they're going to.
Again.
So I think the secret's last time I got some Bewley's Sadler teapots and stuff. Nobody knew what. Not nobody, but like for some reason I got them for like £6, and there was like 8 of them.
8 now. Close rails. 5. Let's go. New box.
Clothing rails.
5. Hand it up there. 5. A couple then. Let's solve it 2. 2, 2, 4, 5. We'll do it 6 now. 5. 6 bid. On his harvest 6 now. Who's got 8 now? 6 10. With his harvest 8 and 8 now. On the bid, go 10. On the bid, go the 10. The bid's at 8 then. Isn't it £3? It is 2 1 1 3. £8 to move on.
Oh, wicket.
6 1 6.
2 wicket
Bamboo
stands.
6 bid. The bid's at £6.
I wish you could do like this,
12, 14, 16,
you know, the
18,
not the split. I'm not tech savvy at all. I wish you could do like the OBS where you can do the split screen and then put your thing. I can do it post edit and stuff like that. And when I've set it up, I've got an editing software, but yeah, I can't show what's on here, which is annoying. Storage, but oh, those fabric storage boxes. I got really excited then. I was like, oh, storage boxes. Mix electricals. I think this is. Oh, there's one thing in there that goes for £30. It's like a cassette player, which I looked at. So I have to see.
He's like, you've got to go 10. Go the 10. The bid's at 8 10. I sold question then. You're out on line. All done at £8. 2 2 2 £8. We move on. Box
now.
Electricals there. £6 plus. At 6 now.
That's my bid. £6.
We're asking 8 now. At 6 10. Are we all done at 6 now?
Yes, we're all done.
6, all done. 8.
Oh, they've got them bidded. I can't. Oh. No.
Bid 8 now. Bid 8. I sold 8 then. You bought it.
I can't believe that. Outbid by £2. But I did have a limit. I'm trying to be good. What's my next one?
I will take 2. Who's up 2? Bid 2 on theirs. Asking 2. There's got to be a line. 2's bid.
Something Laura Ashley, I think. Yeah.
Included 4.
Oh, it's quite a way away. I'll just leave that.
Bids at 4. All done. 4. 2 1 1.
Box
6.
of pottery.
Me. Off the 7, Graham.
It's that box of pottery, including Ainsley, Wedgwood. See, because we're in the potteries, it's like we get all the good brands, but it's like it's 10 a penny at the moment, and they're not really shifting. I've started kind of trying to go the
2 1 3 6. You bought it.
because like individual. I've noticed a lot of people are buying pottery. Like if I buy a set of 10 plates and I'm putting them up in bundles, they're not necessarily going, but the single ones they seem to be going for like £4 or £5 plus postage each. So I'm like, oh, I'll just get them. So I'm thinking of splitting everything up. It's one of my tasks to be a bit more, instead of listing it and letting it sit, it's to be a bit more adaptive. Is that a word, adaptive? Let's have a look. Cast iron. Oh no. Too heavy. Who's buying cast iron to sell? Not me. Think of the postage. Oh, speaking of postage, there's loads of like news articles about Every. Can't believe what they've done. Someone caught them, a manager caught them. They recorded them saying, "Oh, what do you want me to?" When they tell you how they kind of train you and everything. Then one of the managers at the said, "If you can't deliver it to the address, just deliver it anywhere." And I've actually had one of it was a low value item. It was like £12, and it was a teddy, a Harrods teddy, funnily enough. And I had to refund him. It was very nice. He said, "I know it's not your fault. It's Every's, but they've delivered it and they've got a picture and it's not the same picture." And anyway, I did the whole like investigation of like Google Maps and seeing it's his house. He's showed me a picture of his house and it's absolutely fine. And the picture that they've left, it's nowhere near it, and I don't know where it is. and I've tried contacting them, nothing. They've tried contacting nothing. So I just thought I'll just refund you, and he's given me positive feedback, so that's a win. And I think I paid, it was out of that bin bag, so all I'm out is the postage cost, but still, it's like, oh, so naughty, isn't it? Yeah, you expect a company that's worth like, what was it, 1.7 billion or something like that now, to really pull the finger out and actually do something. But because of the knock-on effect, because of the strikes, and the fact that it's Christmas, things are cutting corners. Oh, although there was one guy, I don't know if it was on TikTok or Insta I saw, and he got the delivery driver got caught. I think it was a pair of like Nike trainers. He put it over the fence, took a picture of him hanging over the fence with the house, taking it back, putting it in the car. The guy who he was delivering it to had a security camera, saw his face, saw his car registration, everything, handed it to the police. He got arrested. Because he's nicking stuff and selling it probably himself on eBay. I was like, yeah, serves you right, you little bastard. I did stick with Romel. I know our standard is it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one thing I was kind of worried about with the whole show. I just thought, no, I'll just go with every, particularly with certain stuff. If it's over a certain amount, I will go through Royal Mail, and there's a post box like right there, and there's a post office literally about 5-minute walk. So I'm kind of happy doing that. And every drop off is down there, and I've got lockers and everything. So I'm kind of spoiled for choice here, but I haven't had a lot of issues with every. For some reason around here, they're pretty good in picking up and everything. It's only the odd one, and luckily, touch wood, it's been lower value items that I've kind of just been like, yeah, I'll just refund you. And it's probably like once every 2 months I've had an issue. And I thought, given the volume that sold over Christmas, I thought the chances are that I'm going to get a lot of issues. And I haven't done, just that one. So I'm like, whew, kind of breathing a sigh of relief, but it shouldn't have to be like that, should it? What was it? I just did that. Having said that, every been amazing with my vintage parcel. Yeah, well, that's don't you say? Do you find what Vinted have done? Since changing over, so we don't have control over. We can say, oh, it's a small, medium, or large parcel, but we don't have control over the amount. I really kind of like, ooh, it kind of gets me a little bit, because you can choose where you put it in, but they've done all the automatic pricing, because we've got a post and package. That's the thing. It's P&P, postage and packaging. Unless you're getting it for free, it costs a bit. So I used to put like a standard flat fee, $3.50. That's across like the board. And I know, like, because I did it because eBay take the percentage out of the postage as well, so that's kind of covers me for that. But with Vinted, I suppose there's no fee, so it's not really an issue. But I was like, I used to like having like a little bit of control over the pricing. I think I'm a control freak, really. I think that's what it is. But yeah, now they've changed it and it's all auto feed. So it's up to the seller to choose the option that fits best, which is fine. I'm okay with it, but I did like kind of like putting in a little $3.50 and certain things as well. Like when they say the examples of what's small, medium, or large, they should have the price, because a small every parcel, I think, is a $2.69 like envelope that you can put like DVDs, and then you've got your standard, which is the $2.99, and then the medium is the 1 to 2 kilograms. But that means it's a large through Vinted. It's a bit kind of like higgledy-piggledy, if you know what I mean. Because I've got something, a Thomas the Tank bundle, and I know for a fact that it's going to go for it's the weight of it is 2 to 5 kilograms, but then the large label that every have doesn't cover that. It's strange. So that was I don't buy much packaging. People drop it on my door, so they save it up and drop it for boot. Really? Do people just like know that you resell and just like drop it off? That's well good. we look at like our local Spar. Like I go in there and I say, "Oh, have you got any boxes?" And they say, "Yeah." And like the B&M's dead good for like small boxes. Like you can get it free. You can get it free. It takes a bit of kind of like a bit of effort, but other than that, I'm quite lucky. But like friends and family, they always say, "Oh, I'll save the box." And like my mum at her work, she works at the hospital, and they get like these little plastic boxes, which are really good for like toys and everything, and like breakables because it's like hard plastic. It's like that plastic. So they're really good. But yeah, I suppose if you put it out on Facebook, like I said, anyone got any packaging, particularly now after Christmas. I went to the tip the other day, and there was loads of people like throwing boxes. I was like, "Oh, I want it. Gimme." Where is it? Oh, where are we at?
I'll take 20 out. Don't look at this. We go once fast.
Bench
Are
on.
we all done for plenty?
What's that?
20, yeah, 20.
A thermal blackout.
20 pounds now. The
Curtains.
bids are 20.
It was a
Are we all
thermal
done now?
blanket.
Oh, 20 pounds and
Suitcase
20,
mixed
all done.
full of
155,
material.
Moving on, pair of thermal blackout curtains there, £6 for those. 6 now. Bid 4. Who's got 4? The curtains here. 4 now. I'll take a couple then. Who's got 2? Bid 2. Well, that's going to go to 2. Oh,
Yeah, Free Cycle's really good. I do like that.
Suitcase 4, mixed material.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was the Flip Room, I want to say. I forgot. I don't know his name. Is it Jeff, his name? I can't remember. He's on Instagram. And I think he was using Olio. I think it was him, or was that... There was someone who was using Olio, that free app. And he got free Nike zip top, genuine and everything, with tags. He's put it up for 40 quid. It's like, good on you, mate. Getting freebies like that.
Speaker and the Bluetooth car transmitter. 8 is bid this time. 8 now. Who's got 10? We've got £8. Take the 10.
Pair of speakers.
Here's on it for 8 then. All out, all done.
Yeah.
At 8, all up. 628 is the pair of speakers then. Okay, with some 4-way speaker system then. £20 this one. £20.
Subwoofer.
15, let's go. Bid 15 here. Asking £15 then. Bid 15. Take the 10. Good to see 10. Is it 10? All out and done. 2 grand. Okay, 5 of them. Good 5. Oh, we're all done.
Yeah.
5 is bid. The bids at 5. We're in. No, I've already got 5. I've got 5 in each level.
Got one more thing. It's my Laura Ashley bits.
6 you want. Each live asking you 8 now.
Although there's a box of mixed pottery, which I'm kind of interested in.
You want it, well done. 4, 1, 5, 8. Moving on. 649. Old courtware, mixed vases, £4 those.
Well, that's nice.
4. Nice little things these are. 4. £2. Let's go. This has got to be in line. Surely for 2. Bid 2.
I bidded 2.
2 is bid. I like these ashtrays. 2.
There's like these little decorative jug, old courtware. Oh, I won. £2.
Award number 650. Box of babies. 5 in.
Yay, I won something dirt cheap. There's like 8 things there, so even if I put them on 99p auctions, I'm in.
Moving on. 651. Shelley, Dainty Cup of Saucer.
Oh, they are, Shelley. Dainty Cup, Saucer, Blue Rock Pattern.
£8. Bids at 8. Who's got 10 now? At £8. 10. Ease on at 10. Can we go 12 down there? Bids at 10. All done. £10. 203.
Pair of sharp.
Number 652. A pair of sharp. Speakers. Work you order that. £4 flat at 4.
I have a feeling these are quite expensive, these speakers. Sharp CP400E speakers. £2 they're asking. Oh, they haven't sold. But they're like teak, those teak ones. I might have a look at them, because even if something doesn't sell, you can go to the auction and say, oh, can I buy those things for £2? And they'll be like, yeah, that's fine.
Go the 14. Live go again. The 12.
Staffordshire Pottery, yeah, that's one I avoid. They're like the everyman kind of thing, the Staffordshire Pottery one. They're very nice and pretty, but they're mainly just prints.
Well done. Moved on, £3 silver earrings there, £6 what? At 6, 6
Oh,
bids,
that's cute.
£6. Who's got 8 now? The bids of 6 is on it.
Bluestone, yeah.
4 out of 6, 202.
I don't know enough
£8
about jewellery. That's the problem with me. I mean, Shelley, you've done jewellery. I don't know. I want to get into it, and I want to know. I've tried, and I bought like boxes of costume jewellery, and I've picked out stuff, and I have sold quite a fair bit. But I mean, you say it's like very saturated, isn't it? And it's like, but it's a niche where I always see people like, oh look, I've sold this for like a gazillion £. I'm like, oh, I could do. There was like, I mean, auctions are great to get, great way to get like complete trays of stuff, and I see them all the time, and I'm like, oh, you can make some of that, even if you bundle them out. I've said with all my stuff that I got like loads of costume jewelry. Where is it? Or I might have already packed it away, but they had like. I separated all the bracelets and all the rings and then all of the earrings, and I've just done job lots like that. I picked out all the good stuff and I put them separately, but all like the tatty stuff is like it used to be just died. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, I found as well, like, you know, like the clothing, like the spell out clothing, like the old sportswear American style clothing. That's not dead, but it's kind of just fizzled out a bit. I think that was like a lockdown fad, or it had been for the past like 4 or 5 years. But of sellers, they swear by it, and they get those big bales of what used to be all of them, and now they're finding like only like 1 or 2 items, and the rest are all like naff, which is bad because people waste the money. I can't remember who it was on Instagram. Someone was paid £300. I think it was. Oh, what's her name? She's dead lovely. Oh, I'm so terrible with names. Yeah, she pre-loved something. She spent £300 on a big bale of like clothing, and she found, I think out of 20 items, she found like 3 that were good, and she showed all the rest, and they had like holes in them, so they had like marks. They were really, really bad, and they were meant to be class A. No, so I think I'll pass on that kind of Instagram. If I see something, I say, oh yeah, the vintage, the spell out clothing's died off. I'm like, what do I go and do? The other day, I bought this, but it's only because it's multicolored and I haven't seen anything like it. I got it for £3.50 from that Mind place with the power tripper. That's the only thing that I bought, and it's just a different. And I've seen one in America that's listed for 20 odd quid. So I'm hoping that I'll get more than my money's worth. I'll probably get about 15 quid for it, but yeah, I do think like it's kind of slowing down a smidge. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit different, like feeler stuff. Like I really like feeler stuff. It's a nice brand and everything. But like, I like the quirky stuff. Oh, sorry. Laura Ashley curtains. That's my bid.
Selling on his live, 6 on his live, 8 is bid on his live. I'll take 10. Go to 10. 10 is bid, 12 is bid. Who's got 14? The bid's at 12. Make it 14 here. At 12 then. Go to bid's at 12. Sales goes to 12. 2 0 7.
I want some Laura Ashley curtains. They're really nice brand, and the pattern went for, I think it was 40 odd quid. So my budget was 15 with fees. So I've just hit that, but that was literally my last bid. I was like, oh, and I've won them. Let's see how much I've made. 12, 14, 18, 20, 30, 58. 58.
Handheld dirt, double vacuum, wicked on a £6 flat at 6.
64, and then with fees.
At 4, the bid's at 4, wagon. The bid's at 4, can we get 6 here? The bid's at 4, 6.
Like 12. It's about 70 odd quid.
On your bid.
So that's a good. I mean, usually I cross over 100 really easily, but all my bids have been. All my bids have been. Yeah, so it's about 70 odd quid that I've spent, which I'm kind of pleased about. I know I'll do when I go and pick them up. I was going to apparently they're open today, but I could go. I could go and do it today. I have to get dressed first. I'm like literally like I'm still my jammy, still my dressing gown. But yeah, I could go. I'll have to see. How are you getting on with selling your TK Maxx? I've put stuff up. Actually got what they call those Nike, the pure white zip jackets. I've still got them because I might have a buyer for one. My friend, he was like, oh, there we go. I'll get them. As I said, he's just not sure because he might not fit him. Might be a bit too big. Just put a long coat on. Yeah, do you know when you see those people who go to? It's mainly in America because it's always in America. They go to like the supermarket in like the onesies or in the pajamas with like a long coat on and like Ugg boots. So I'm not that brave. I'm really not that brave. No, I have to wear like joggers or something. Yeah, that's probably the extent of what I go to. Like gym wear is passable, but bed wear and like stuff like that, I'm like, no. Plus, this is like it's new. It's Christmassy. It's not Christmas. I got it at Christmas, but it's nice and snuggly, and it's like, ooh, it's like that really soft stuff. It's not like the stuff that you get at B&M, with that's their stuff that you can pick out. It's like the velour-y kind of stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's nice and warm. Let's have a look. Where's he at? He's still going. This guy. I do got to hand it to auctions. Like they go for like hours. There's a guy. Do you remember? Have you seen what's it called? The Bidding Room on BBC One. They're all sat there and people come in with the wares. It's kind of like a private bargain hunters. And basically, but they bring in like stuff and they bring in stuff and they say, oh, here's a Star Wars glass, and they all bid and they have to outbid each other. And it makes me laugh because the people who go in say, oh, it's worth £50. It's like, yeah, at resale value. So they've got to buy it to resale. So a fair price would be like such and such. Like if it's £50, I wouldn't pay more than 20. Hell no. He says that and he's just spent a ridiculous amount of money at the auction. But last time I drove, someone wrote our car off in a t-shirt I had on in bed, put some shorts on. No. Oh no, that's embarrassing, isn't it? I think I got locked out of my house once, way back when, and I had just my gownie on and not next to nothing underneath, but pretty much I went to get the milk out, and it was a thing where I went to get the porch, but then I opened the porch and the door shut behind me, and I had to like leap over the fence and like knock on the door. My flatmate, I remember my housemate was like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like you just don't think about stuff like that, do you? I had to break into my house once. We're going back way back when I was a teenager. I went on holiday and left me alone, and I had a house party. And the night before, the day after, we all went shopping and everything, and we came back and I'd left my keys in the house, so I had to break in. We had like this window, and I had to break in. It was a single pane glass. I had to smash the window, but before my mum and dad got back, I got it fixed. My cousin knew a guy because my cousin's like an odd jobber, and he knew a guy, and he came around and put in a face. And I told mum and dad about it, and I was like, "Look, I'm sorry, we got lots out of it, and it's fine. You fix it. Have you paid for it? You paid for your stupidity." That's what I think. That was the very quote, and I was like, "Yes, I have." Never again, I tell you. So I've always got like keys like spare keys hidden around places. Oh, the life when you're younger. You're only young and stupid once. See, where's he going? I don't think there's anything left now. I think there's only like a couple of bits left. So, oh, what's that? Vintage pastry cutters, opera glasses. Ooh, I wouldn't mind going to the opera, actually. I've never been. And the ballet. I've never been to the ballet. I've never been to the opera. I think you've just got to go once just to, try it out. But I am going back to the theatre. I was going to go to London, again, just me, to see a matinee and then come back on the train or flying or whatever. But then I realised, they're touring. and they're touring everything. I know it's not the same kind of company that do the show and everything, but I just want to see it. And they're touring in, I think it's Manchester, and the tickets are like half the price. I was like, of course I'm going to just do that. So I booked tickets and everything. I'm so excited. But it's in September. And I almost booked tickets to go and see Dawn French. She's doing one show. And I think, I can't remember when that is. I think that might be in May. But yeah. Just go to Swan Lake or the Nutcracker. Yeah. Hello, Chop Chop. How are you? Yeah, Swan Lake and Nutcracker. They're the most well-known, I think. Is it Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker, and Swan Lake? Yeah, but I think there's certain ones that can be like 4 or 5 hours, and I'm like, oh, I can't be asked with that. Sorry, absolutely no. That's the problem. That's what I'm worried about. Was it 13 years since the last Avatar movie out? I went to London. And I was visiting a mate, and I went to go and see it at what's the big one? It was the old Odeon. It's a big one, and it was 3D, and it was the first weekend that is out, so it was packed. And it's like 3 hours in it. I fell asleep. I fell asleep in it during Avatar, the movie of the century at that time. Fell asleep in it. I couldn't believe it, and I snored because someone just went, "Oh, you're snoring." I went, "Oh." Like a complete stranger. It's like, oh my god. Paul, but Chop Chop is fine. Yeah, everybody calls you Chop Chop. You just got to own it now. I'm sorry, mate. How are you anyway? How are your sales? Sales good? We're discussing how like there's been a weird kind of like dip. Some people have been having lots of dips, and other people have been kind of going steady. So I'm messing about with this Lego because I've bought a box of Lego ages ago for like a £5, and I was just like, oh, and I just can't be doing with it. And I don't know why I buy it, but I've ended up. I put it on Instagram. Someone said, "Oh, that's a part of the Harry Potter set," and it's a big owl, which you've got like a little turn thing, and it flaps its wings. It's Hedwig, but it's a big Hedwig, and then I've got like the little figure of Harry Potter and Hedwig. Oh, so I'm going to try and fish out that. That's one of my jobs. But with the rest of the stuff, I'm just going to bundle up because I don't know why I buy it. I've got so much to do. I've got my packaging to do, and I've got all the stuff that I bought the other day. This is the problem. I always buy stuff and I just put it to one side, and then it kind of builds up. That's why when I joined that listing challenges of Bold Pfizer, James, who ran that challenge, I was so grateful because I needed that extra kind of like, no, I need to get on with it kind of thing. And I ended up doing 108 listings, but that was from most of the day and the evening. Oh, knackering. I tell you, I slept 10 hours straight, 10.5 hours straight. I think it was all the way through into Saturday. It was mad. Oh, I had just spoke of you. One sale today. My wife has had no sales for nearly 3 weeks. So I spent all morning selling some. See, it's weird, isn't it? Why is it? I feel like it's so erratic. Like certain things. I've been quite lucky. I've been hitting my targets through one way or another. Like I sold a few items during the night, and I accepted like some pretty good offers. I quite like the offers where I put stuff up for like say 20 quid and they offer me 15, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine because I've only paid like £2 for it. I'm getting my money. That's not bad. Yeah, cheers, James. I was just saying I really needed that because I needed to I'm not kidding. The mountain was like, I've got 2 separate areas, and I've got like my photograph area and I've got like a packaging area, and they were just overflowing because I was buying stuff. And I was listing like the odd one thing, but I was just like, no, I'll just wait until after Christmas and then I'll just go for it. Anyway, so that really did help. Oh my god, I've just been on auction and I've spent like 70 odd quid on like 10 out of 10 listings. Let's have a look. Has he finished, this fella? I think he's finished now. Yeah, it's ended. Take that down. Let's see. Yeah, I got some decent things in that one. And I will be putting them up, obviously. I'll be taking pictures and... where's my thing? Auctions. They don't make it easy for you to work. Yeah, I got a couple of Laura Ashley bits. I didn't get me Sadler Bewley's teapots, or what's it? Someone else wanted them. The last time I did that, I got like 8 for like a couple of quid. It was great. And I've been flipping them every now and again. But yeah, I got some Laura Ashley wallpaper, some curtains from Laura Ashley, which was good. There was a big lot of Pyrex stuff, but that went for like 50 odd quid. I was like, oh. Got some hats, got some Harrod hats. Peter Betley, that's a really good one. I've sold a Peter. I got a Peter. Is it Betley? I got it for £1 at Stoke Carboot, and I flipped it for 50. It was absolutely insane. Oh, where's my thing? There we go. Let's see. Yeah, use Easy Live. Yeah. That's who I've used before. Yeah, it's one of those. I'm in the Potteries, and they've got 3 auctions, and I've just found another one which is just down the road, and then there's 2 near me. There's one on the other town over. So there's almost 10 auction houses around me. So I'm kind of spoilt for choice, which is great. However, certain ones are becoming a bit well known. There's a great one, which is the town over, and they don't have the internet. It's in a dead zone, so they don't. It's a local one, but now everybody knows about it. So guaranteed, everybody goes to it, and it just runs up the price anyway. But I've seen people at the car boot who there's a dad and son, and they go to that one and they buy all the trays of tat, and then they sell everything for like £1 each or £2 each or whatever. It's Mine is on Easy Life. Yeah, I need to take another look. Been a while online for me. Yeah, well, ever since like the lockdown, that's one way they survived, is doing stuff online, and a lot. It's kind of accelerated that, and of course, they sell to all different people all over the country. So, yeah, I'm just quite lucky that I'm kind of spoiled for choice at the moment when it comes to Easy Live stuff, auction stuff. But yeah, you can pay a flat fee. You pay a flat fee of £3, or you can pay 3% on everything. I was like, I'm not paying an extra 3%. So yeah, flat fee, £3, easy. Oh, bye, Chelsea. Sorry. Yeah, she's gone. Bye, don't die. Yeah, so I spent like 75 quid, which is all right, because I usually end up spending like 200 quid, and I'm kind of like passing out when I go to pay. I'm like, oh, gotta go. Mum. Yeah, I'm going in a minute now. In a minute now. I'm going now. I've got a few bits to do. I've got a video to edit. And oh, hi DB. I'm literally just going in a minute. I've just done a little. Well, I was trying to bid on an auction. Ended up spending like 70 odd quid. I got outbid, and I did a video, because my video that I'm doing is about like what I've done today, like an auction. And I said one of the tips is don't get carried away. And I was there like, how dare you outbid me? And ended up spending like £20 on some hats. Not bad. But yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm going to be going in a minute. I'll just finish my brew. So how's your sales been? You've been all right? Stick around for a little bit, probably about 5 minutes. Very quiet. Yeah, everyone. I think whenever I ask people that, they've either been quiet, next to nothing, or people said, yeah, okay, just surviving. I haven't heard anyone say over the Christmas period where they've had like a ridiculous day. But then again, it all depends what your margins are at the end of the day. I think I did okay over Christmas. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to flex, but I think I did all right. I hit my target. I hit my target daily. And then after Christmas, I knew that there was going to be a drop-off. So I kind of accounted for that. And I thought, right, my target for that drop-off is probably going to be about part-time hours, net part-time hours. So I wasn't too disappointed, but it was definitely quieter than the year before, and definitely the year before. It was insane, wasn't it, like last year? But yeah, I think I've done all right. And I've been doing okay this week as well, but I think that's something to do with the challenge that we did. I think it's starting to kind of come in. I've sold another thing from that challenge. In fact, it's here. Ooh. Where is it? Oh, it was there. Oh, it's over there. It was a shirt. It's a shirt that sold. But yeah, I'm going to shoot off now. It's been over an hour, and I'm going to go. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all soon. I'm putting up a video later as well. Bye bye. Ciao, man. Ciao.